Your trusted source for news in western Nebraska and eastern Wyoming. This is KNEB.TV News. Presented by Platte Valley Companies, premier provider of financial services.
Hello, I'm Ryan Murphy. This is KNEB.TV News, powered by Platte Valley Companies. Thanks for joining me. And our top story, a felony charge of reckless motor vehicle homicide has been dismissed against a Bridgeport man involved in a deadly incident in April at the Bridgeport State Recreation Area. 53-year-old Jason Parker was arrested after Morrill County deputies were dispatched to River Road and found 53-year-old Maria Lewis laying on the side of the road with a critical head injury. Through the course of the investigation, it was revealed that Parker was driving the two in an RV with the doors open, and following an altercation, Lewis jumped from the moving vehicle. In June, Judge Paul West issued a 4-page ruling noting the state did not meet its burden to show probable cause that Parker committed felony charges of motor vehicle homicide based upon a violation of willful reckless driving. Charges of DUI first offense and first offense willful reckless driving will stand, and an August 5th status hearing is set for Morrill County Court. Well, a pre-trial hearing has been set for next week in Scottsbluff County Court for a woman facing 4 counts of abandon or neglect of an animal after 3 dogs and a duck were rescued from horrific living conditions. Earlier this year, 68-year-old Ann Leach was arrested after Scottsbluff police were dispatched to her home on 14th Avenue to investigate and found 3 emaciated dogs and a lethargic duck locked inside the home. Officers say the floor was littered with feces, some areas with nearly half a foot, no visible drinking water for the animals, and trash all throughout the house. Court records show that Leach is pushing for a jury trial, which could be set following the July 21st pretrial hearing. And the City of Alliance is asking residents to voluntarily conserve water as high temperatures and increased demand put added stress on the city's well system. Officials are encouraging an odd, even outdoor watering schedule, with homes watering only on calendar days that match their address number. Residents are also urged to water during the early morning or evening to reduce evaporation and avoid unnecessary outdoor water use, including excessive lawn watering and washing driveways. City officials say even small reductions in water use can help protect the community's water supply during the current heat wave. We'll have more news right after this.
Looking for free instead of fees? Platte Valley Bank can help you keep your finances moving forward with no ATM fees. Whether you're headed to the lake, the mountains, or just to the grocery store, you can enjoy the freedom of free ATM access anywhere, anytime. Platte Valley Bank. You belong here.
Life is crazy. Pain is stressful. How can anybody concentrate with these busy schedules? Now you can. This is Ben Moravec coming to you from Hydrozen, a float therapy business right here in Scottsbluff. I'm here today to let you know we now have memberships for $49 monthly. You can guarantee yourself at least 1 float per month. You know how floating keeps your muscles relaxed, your joints relieved, and your brain clear to think? Now you can float at a reduced rate each month. Inquire today at hydrozenfloat.com or call us at 308-63-FLOAT. Hydrozen. Unplug and recharge.
Welcome back. 2 juvenile suspects are in custody after a high-speed chase that started in Nebraska and ended in Cheyenne. On Monday morning, the Wyoming Highway Patrol was alerted to a chase in progress coming out of Nebraska into Goshen County involving a stolen Jeep Wrangler. The Jeep left the road near Sierra Trading Post in Cheyenne and attempted to jump the railroad tracks. The Jeep crashed in the attempt before the 2 juvenile suspects fled on foot before entering a residence and then ultimately taken into custody. The owner of the Jeep says his vehicle was stolen from a hotel in Rapid City before being able to share the GPS coordinates with Nebraska authorities as it entered into Wyoming. Well, Nebraska Governor Jim Pillen is directing state agencies, boards, and commissions to do their part and take additional steps to reduce state spending to to ensure that Nebraska taxpayers continue to receive the benefit of reduced income tax rates and investments into property tax relief. In a release from his office, Pillen says in fiscal year 2026, the state paid out $307 million more in refunds than was anticipated. And while that's cash directed back into the pockets of Nebraskans, efforts must continue to close the gap in state revenue. In his memo to state entities, the governor made clear that appropriations in the current fiscal year, as well as the next biennium, would be further reduced, and to ensure compliance, he's requesting monthly reports beginning at the end of July that detail, among other things, the amount of appropriations saved as a result of each initiative. The State Budget Division will be responsible for receiving and reviewing those reports, as well as providing final approval for newly created positions and hiring. Today's closing numbers on KNEB.TV News brought to you by Chad Hobbs, your Edward Jones financial advisor in Scottsbluff.
I imagined retirement in a place where we could enjoy our golden years, where adventure and friendship are the only items on the schedule. The Garden Homes at Northfield gives us the luxury we planned for and peace of mind when it comes to convenience, safety, and comfort. We never have to stop and think about the day-to-day upkeep. We love to explore abroad, but most importantly in our backyard. So much to do, so much to see. Here at Northfield, we get the protection of life care, incredible tax benefits, and secured rates for aging services. It's peaceful, knowing that if our needs change, we'll be taken care of. And most importantly, that our kids will never have to make any tough decisions. There never seemed to be enough time to do all the things we wanted. Now we get to focus our energy on enjoying what this community has to offer. At the Garden Homes, life is ours again. A place we had dreamed about. A chance to focus on us.
The world's largest youth rodeo headed back to Nebraska this weekend. I'm Alex Makovica, joining you on the Rural Radio Network with today's agriculture news. Good morning. More than 1,700 of the nation's top high school rodeo athletes from 6 countries will compete in the National High School Finals Rodeo, coming to the Sandhills Global Event Center, bringing thousands of horses, families, and fans to the capital city.
6 countries, 53 states and provinces within those countries will, with 1,700 contestants and 2,000 plus horses, are going to ascend on Lincoln. And the best of the best at this high school level is going to compete here in Lincoln for national world championships.
That's UNL rodeo coach Wyatt Clark. He says the competition kicks off on Sunday and features national championship events ranging from bull riding and barrel racing to team roping and goat tying. The event also comes as the University of Nebraska continues to build momentum behind its new rodeo and equine sports complex, a facility designed to expand opportunities for collegiate rodeo and equine programs. Well, a major USDA reporting error is raising concerns about one of the cattle market's most important sources of information. The agency has slashed previously reported late June beef export sales by about 90% after determining incorrect data was submitted and published. The original report showed a massive spike in export demand, but traders quickly questioned whether the numbers were realistic, those going to Chile and Italy. The correction comes as U.S. cattle supplies remain near multi-decade lows and beef prices hover at record levels. Analysts say when markets are this tight, even one inaccurate government report can influence prices and producer marketing decisions. This is the Rural Radio Network.
Sustainability sets U.S. soy apart. It's true. Customers here and abroad prefer U.S. soy because it's sustainably produced. But as demands for sustainability continue to rise, it remains a journey of continuous improvement. And because sustainable practices help improve the value of our soybeans, it's a journey worth taking. Track your sustainability and find local resources at sustainablesoy.com. This message brought to you by your soy checkoff.
In Nebraska, free speech is part of everyday life in the way we talk, listen, and come together as neighbors. Free speech means speaking up, asking questions, and sharing ideas. And staying informed is part of that freedom. That's why local news matters, keeping you connected with the facts that empower every voice to join the conversation. When Nebraskans stay informed and speak their minds, our communities grow stronger. Sponsored by Media of Nebraska.
Underway this week in Colorado is the NCBA Summer Business Meeting, and on the table, potential new export demand in Nigeria. Maddie Weber reports.
Previously, Nigeria was closed to all imports of U.S. fresh or frozen red meat, with only a narrow range of processed products eligible for import. But the U.S. Meat Export Federation president and CEO Dan Holstrom said that as of Monday, Nigeria has expanded their list of approved beef and pork products.
So we really look at this as a good first step to trying to build that supply chain. The supply chain in Nigeria today is not legitimate, meaning whatever was in there was not coming in through the proper channels. Now you're looking at a potential for a lot more official trade, and this is a good first step.
Beef is the predominant choice of meat in Nigeria. Holstrom says that this new trade opportunity would open markets for many cuts of U.S. beef.
High end, low end, we already know there's a demand for beef variety meats. We already know there's demand for beef primal cuts. Pork is another item on the menu that we know there's a demand for.
Coverage of the Cattle Industry Summer Business Meeting is brought to you by Nebraska Cattlemen.
Thanks, Maddie. America is losing farmland at a steady pace, and experts say the next challenge maybe who gets to farm what's left. Since 1982, nearly 48 million acres of farmland have been converted to housing, roads, and other development, an area about the size of Nebraska. Once that land is developed, it's unlikely to return to agriculture. At the same time, farmland ownership is shifting. More than 2 million landowners now rent out almost 350 million acres. Nearly 80% of those rented acres are owned by non-farming landlords, and more than one-third are 75 or older, raising concerns about succession planning, land access, and affordability for the next generation of farmers and ranchers.
Thanks, Alex. This check of Ag News on KRVN is sponsored by Rigura Equipment of Madrid and Excellent Buildings and Doors of Cozad.
Santa came early. Renewal by Anderson's incredible Christmas in July event is so great, even Santa's shocked at the savings. Get 20% off plus no money down, no interest, and no payments for 18 months. Pay nothing until 2028. Renewals Acclaim and Ensemble lines are the best of the best. Santa's not waiting till December to get new windows and doors. Neither should you. Call today or visit rbawyoming.com to book your free estimate.
Let's take a look at your community calendar, brought to you by RIverstone Bank. community calendar is brought to you by RIverstone Bank. We're local and we love our community.
Welcome to Kelly's Liquor, your liquor cabinet. Whether you're a wine enthusiast, a whiskey sommelier, a tequila connoisseur, or you just love your beer, Kelly's has the best selection of what you're looking for. Family owned and operated since 1946 and right on 27th Street in Scottsbluff. Come see us today at Kelly's Liquor, your liquor cabinet. And remember to be a good neighbor. Don't drink and drive. Kelly's Liquor, West 27th Street in Scottsbluff.
Your first home. It's more than walls and a roof. It's where life begins, where laughter fills the rooms and dreams start to take shape. At Platte Valley Bank, we're here to make the first step easier with free consultations and pre-qualification so you can move forward with confidence. From your first mortgage to your forever home, Platte Valley Bank is here for you every step of the way. You belong here.
And finally tonight, we're in for a stretch of hot weather this week. You could even call it the dog days of summer. So why not combine the two and raise money for a good cause on National Hot Dog Day? That's exactly what happens midday Wednesday at the Scottsbluff branch of RIverstone Bank, where they will be sponsoring hot dogs and cool sips, a way you can help local animals find loving homes and enjoy a meal at the same time. RIverstone Bank Marketing Director Becca Pierce explains what you can expect.
The Panhandle Humane Society will be on site with some of their dogs for adoption, as well as Steph's Dessert Company will be there to offer lemonades and sweet treats. Free will donation for hot dogs and chips from the bank, but it's just kind of a fun way to get out, enjoy a summer day, have a hot dog, meet some dogs from the Humane Society, maybe take home a new friend, and support the Humane Society within the community.
The event runs from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m., so whether you're grabbing lunch, making a donation, or hoping to meet your next best friend, National Hot Dog Day at RIverstone Bank will be a fun way to celebrate while making a difference for animals in need. Well, that does it for us this time. Thank you so much for tuning in. Stay safe out there, and we'll see you here next time.